Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Aquarius mid-March Tarotscope. So keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. So this is just going to be kind of like an energy check-in. What's going on for you for the rest of March. And any messages your guides are wanting to pass on to you. So let's just start by getting some overall messages for you. See what your guides are wanting you to know. I feel like there's a lot of like messiness, like things are kind of messy. But I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing. It kind of feels like it's necessary. Things have gotten a little messy. Things have gotten a little chaotic. But once the dust settles, once you're able to like clear away the clutter, you'll see the blessing in it. If I'm being honest, it kind of feels like a big like wind gust like push through your house, and like there's like a disaster everywhere, but as you're cleaning it up, you're gonna find something that you've been missing for a long time, or something like that. Like some sort of like tornado just kind of blew through your life, but it was necessary to help you find something, or like there's something very valuable when this is all said and done. Let's see if there's any further messages from that. Be careful not to let your mind run wild right now, because I feel like it's almost like you are this just like amazing like manifester. You're this amazing creative person, but you're like just like creating a bunch of random stuff. Does that make sense? I remember seeing this like some kind of meme like a while back of like this picture of somebody that had just like a shit ton of like flip-flops or shoes or something like that, and it was like, I have to be more specific in what I'm manifesting. Like you're manifesting abundance, but because your mind is in a million different places, you're manifesting an abundance of stuff that you don't really want. I also feel like whatever it is that you're wanting to create, whatever it is that you are wanting to experience, whatever it is that your goal is right now, your focus is, I feel like you need to like get rid of any and all distractions. Like anything that is not connected to what you're trying to create, like you don't need the distraction. If you're trying to be healthier and you're saying to yourself, well, I'm trying to be healthy, but I'm gonna drink alcohol because I'm so stressed, because I want to get healthy, but you know what I'm saying? Like be careful of like what you're doing in the meantime. If you're wanting to like manifest more committed relationships, then don't entertain relationships that you know aren't going in that direction. You know what I mean? And so it just feels like again, there's this tornado, right? And you need to like look at, okay, what is important, what is my purpose, what is my goal, let me reel all that in, and then everything that is not that or not beneficial to that, I need to just let that go. Because you're in a space where you can easily have what it is that you want, but I feel like there's also part of you that doesn't completely feel like that's going to be available, or it's something that you're going to be able to have or manifest. And so it's like you're saying, like, I really want this I really want this perfect relationship. There's this piece of shit guy right here that keeps giving me attention. And so, it's nice to get attention. So I'll just accept his attention until something better comes along. But that person that you're holding on to is blocking all the good shit from coming in. You know what I mean? And it's also, you're kind of sending a message to the universe. You're saying, this is what I want, but I don't really think that I'm worthy enough to get it, so I'm just going to settle for this crap over here, right? Don't settle. We don't settle. There's a really strong message that, like, you're a very powerful manifester. You just need to get your imagination, your visualization, your creativity focused in a direction that benefits you. I used to be the type of person that would be like, it would like really stress me out to have like a difficult conversation with somebody. So I would like, have the conversation in my head like 100 times beforehand, and I would try to prepare for like everything that they were going to say. But honestly, when you're doing that, you're creating conflict that's not even there, right? And so if you're that type of person, instead of trying to like mentally prepare for anything that could go wrong, try to use that mental energy to create opportunities, create blessings, create, things to get excited about. So how is this showing up in your current energy? It also does kind of feel like somebody that's like recently gone through like an awakening or had a Kundalini awakening, or somebody that's like just now, just realizing that they have like all these powers and all these gifts, and it's like just going crazy. And I feel like it's just like dialing into like what you want, because I feel like you're in a good space. Like you started from a good space, or you have good intentions, or you have really strong goals, and you know how to, like, you know what you need to do. Like you're already kind of like lined up on the right path with it. But you just have to be mindful of like where you're like filling your cup up, where you're getting your nourishment from. Because if you're getting your nourishment and support from like a person that doesn't always make you feel good, then it's not really supportive, right? Yeah, I feel like you've got like this great plan, you've got this great goal, you've got this strong focus, you've got this solid foundation, and you're also like really excited, I feel like, about what you're wanting to create. Like you have this very like innocent, pure intentions, this childlike energy, but it's also like you're a kid in a candy store, right? And I feel like you just need to, like, you're being guided to be more mindful of who you are connecting to, because I kind of feel like you're in a more vulnerable you're in a more vulnerable space, and you don't want to like be just connecting to anybody right now. And I'm not saying that to like scare you, because it's not like that. But like when you like first like awaken, or you work on your chakras, or you work on getting your energy in a better place, or you face your shadows and all that stuff, your energy is more vulnerable, because it's more open, it's more expansive. And if you haven't learned how to master that yet, um, then you're just accepting anything that's coming towards you, and it could be something that's uh, like draining you. It's like when people first start learning to do tarot, or they first start learning how to meditate, or working with archangels, or working with goddesses. Like they dive in, right? And they want to, read for everybody and read about everything. And you have to be careful. Like, you're going to be like getting a lot of insight. You're going to be connecting to a lot of intuitive information, but not all of it is meant for you. Not all of it is necessarily good for you. So you have to be able to be kind of like grounded and more discerning. And so if you're dealing with a person or a situation that you know it's not something that you want in the long run, then don't even like waste your time, because I feel like it's going to have a stronger effect on your energy than you realize. I also feel the urge to say like the internet is like permanent, so be careful of what you're kind of putting out there. You're really showing up in a good space. For some of you, I feel like you do have a really good connection. You do have, you're in a space to be able to align with wish fulfillment, whether that be in love, whether that just be something that gives you emotional fulfillment in general. But yeah, the Lovers, being rooted in the Lovers, like, it's very important that you be mindful of what you're aligning yourself with right now. You're in a space to move towards wish fulfillment, especially in your love life, especially in your relationships. But it's like, I feel like you need to understand right now that you're a beginner. Maybe beginners, or you're just in a more vulnerable space than you realize, and that's okay. You just have to make sure that everything that you're choosing, everything that you're taking action towards, is in alignment with your heart center space. I also feel that there's a need to, I kind of feel like there's a need to like set the boundaries, like put the boundaries out there. Like if you're in a connection with somebody and you want for it to be like, your intention is to have a commitment, your intention is to not see other people, like whatever it is, like make that known, so you're not going at it blind. Like, put the boundaries up on what you are wanting, what your goals are, what you're working towards. I do feel like you're not going to be able to go about this the same way you normally would in the past. Um, Honestly, like if you are just starting a new relationship and you're waiting for this person to kind of do something, make a move, or, I feel like you're gonna have to be the one to like set the stage. And if you wait for this person to, I feel like you might get yourself in the same, like in a very similar cycle. I also feel like you need to like recognize how much you've grown. Like you are really in a strong space, and you like within yourself, within your personal growth, and you're in like new territory and foreign territory. But the only thing that's making this difficult is like you're not putting the perimeters around what you want. You're saying, I want this over here, but I don't want to put too much energy into it in case it's not meant for me. So I'm going to put, you know what I mean? Your guidance is Ace of Cups. Your guidance is to like let love in. Approach this with love. Be willing to open up your heart. Be willing to honor what your heart is wanting, what your emotional needs are. Be willing to, again, like put that out there. Also, I feel like you, if this is a relationship, you don't want to like approach this in like, you want to approach this connection in a direct way. You don't want to do the passive aggressiveness. You don't want to play the games. You don't want to wait for this person to do this and this and this before you do this. You also don't want to give too much energy to something that there isn't any boundaries set, especially if you're expecting or wanting there to be something more. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Like, be very clear. Get rid of the distractions. If it's not going to benefit what you're trying to accomplish in terms of wish fulfillment, then don't give it any energy. Because honestly, I feel like there's too much distraction. And it's just going to make the flow a lot more difficult. But you have Two of Cups, Lovers, Nine of Cups, Justice card, Ace of Cups. You're in a really powerful place. You just don't want to approach it in the same way you would have, say, a year ago. You want to approach it in a more clear and direct way. Love you guys. Have a good month.